Hi guys. This is crazy. Last week we totally said we were going to do an episode with Miss Kat and Alina about how amazing Hallmark movies are. So the problem is that there's no sound. Crazy that you need sound for a podcast. You can't just watch it, I guess. So what we decided to do was to create a completely different episode. But don't worry guys, Miss Kat and Alina will be back soon, because it's in their contracts that they have to hang out with us 24/7. And they're actually here for this episode, so actually everyone shut up. So basically the episode is very special, okay? Sticking to the magic of Christmas and the holidays, guys. This is special. Carolyn and I got together with the amazing cast of King Tara and Lottie's Girl, and some special guest stars along the way, like my Mama Kerb, and we decided to create something just as special for you. A Christmas radio show. Does this sound like a radio? Not at all, but it's very fun, and it's very silly, and we poured our hearts into it. Not literally. And we cried tears of laughter. Literally, Carolyn has laughed plenty of times as we recorded this show, and we hope it brings you holiday cheer. We hope it makes you cry as well. And the story is fun, and it's true to the spirit of Star of Magnolia Productions. So, grab some hot cocoa, sit back, and enjoy the show. Anyways, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Oh, hello there. You must be here for the Christmas story. This story isn't about me, but about Noel, the matchmaker. It was the 21st of December in the year of 1813 where our story begins. Noel stands near the fireplace. She watches as others converse freely, specifically a gentleman and lady who stood in the center of the foyer. This doesn't please Noel, but worries her.
Oh dear.
You know you're staring. Isn't that your match?
No, I matched him with Miss Lucy. Aunt Agnes will not be pleased. Oh, what do you think she will do to me? There are rumours of her cruel ways to those who disappoint her.
I'm sure she'll just ruin your reputation as a matchmaker and make you undesirable to any available bachelors.
Oh, Anne, how I do love it when you make me feel better.
There you are. I was beginning to believe you were hiding from me.
Of course not, Aunt Agnes. I was just coming to find you.
Follow me.
I'll keep you in my prayers.
You must make no mistake as to why I have requested a moment alone.
I haven't the faintest idea.
None at all. Let me make it known that your match was an utter failure, Miss Noel.
Please let me make this right.
If you want to stay under my wing and make yourself worthy, I'm giving you a difficult task, if you're up for it.
Yes, anything. I will do what is necessary.
I trust you will. Now go. You're wasting precious time. You have until Christmas Eve to help the farm boy find love.
What farm boy?
See you soon.
Noel ran from the party in loud noises, but what's this? The door she used didn't take her out of her aunt's house, but in a different place, a bakery. She turns around to try the door again, but it was no use.
Can you please stop coming in and out? It's confusing all of us. It's cold, and the door chimes are giving Sal a headache.
Yeah.
Deepest apologies. Oh dear.
Hey, you looking for the square?
Oh, there he is, the love interest of this story, and Noel surely seems to agree.
The square, sir?
Where the carolers are meeting? Or are you looking for City Hall? That's where a Jane Austen Christmas is rehearsing tonight.
Oh, rehearsing on St. Thomas's Day?
Right. Props for staying in character.
No. See, I'm the matchmaker. I must get back to my aunt's house.
Jack stared at Noel as if he regretted his decision in approaching her.
Okay, town hall it is.
Jack leads the way, walking past Noel into town hall only a few blocks away. As they walk, Noel observes parade floats, sparkling lights, and stares at the loud cars as they drive by. Jack takes his iPhone 13.
Jack here.
Hello?
Yeah, I was just finishing up my check on the lights. Ran into, what was your name?
Miss Noel Herring.
Noel Herring, one of the Jane Austen freaks.
Quite peculiar to call me such names while talking to yourself, Mr. Jack. And I did not give you permission to use my Christian name.
Yeah, I'll be there in a minute. Uh-huh. Bye. What was that?
A respectable man might wait until a lady is present to say such things.
He might. Alright, here we are. Jen has my number if you have any questions. Otherwise, I'll see you on Christmas Eve.
Your number? I'm not sure I understand. I don't believe I know who Jen is either.
To reach me on? My phone number. Jen's the director of the play.
Sir, I do wish you would listen. I don't recall being a part of a play. I'm unfamiliar with what a phone is, and I'm not sure I wish to reach you.
Uh-huh. Let's go chat with Jen. I'll go in with you.
Noel observes the actors on stage, all dressed similar to her and surrounded by decor like her aunt's home. Jack finds Jen, while Noel looks at her surroundings, a bit lost.
Found your missing cast member.
Jack observes Noel, noticing that she is, how he would describe, as aloof.
She's definitely dressed for the occasion, but the cast is all here.
So maybe she's just a super fan?
In Leavenworth, Washington, for a community play of Sense and Sensibility? Doubtful.
Noel sees a door, looking like the one from her aunt's house. She walks onto the stage, she opens and walks through it.
Bastard.
She is confused as to what a prop door is as well, it seems.
Sorry, I'll get her out of here. Noel,
Using my Christian name, once again.
let's get out of here before people think you've lost your mind. Okay, where did you park? I can take you to your car.
Noel looks at Jack in a confused manner and cocks her head to the side.
I am not familiar with what a car is, Mr. Jack.
If you are referencing a carriage, that I am familiar with, though I do not own one myself. You mistake my class, sir.
All right, give it up. Are you an English teacher or something?
No, as I said before, I am but a lady. I was attending my aunt's party, and I found myself here, in this strange place, with a strange man who mocks me. I would very much like to go home, and I would appreciate it if you talked to me with respect.
Where exactly is home?
Chawton.
Chawton?
Hampshire?
The UK.
Yes, the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland.
Uh-huh. And what year is it?
1813. Are you well, Jack? You don't have a fever, do you?
I know what this is. Jen hired you as an actor to drive me crazy.
As Jack debated what brand of crazy Noel could be, his phone rings. Jack looked at his iPhone 14 to see that his mother had texted him. Jack doesn't look too excited.
The news. It is fever, isn't it?
No, Noel, it is not the fever. My girlfriend and I broke up back in August, and I haven't told them yet because my mom gets a certain kind of way. I just don't want her to be all, well, you know how moms are.
Yes, though at 5 and 20 I doubt my mother would have expected me to marry.
Right. Well, you have the Jane Austen thing down. We've established that. Whatever Jen is paying you, I'll pay you double if you play my girlfriend until New Year's.
Mr. Jack, I feel as if I have lost my senses. I do not act this way for your entertainment. I'm a lady, far from home, and it is late. I do not have a place to rest my head. I believe I could have been cursed, or perhaps I am the one with fever. I could be dreaming. I do not mean to ramble on, but I assure you, I'm not playing some game with Jen, and I'm not fully aware of what a girlfriend is, though if you wish to court me, I do not advise it as...
You could stay at my house until we figure out how to get you home.
You believe me?
Sure. What do you say?
To a fake courtship?
Yes. In exchange, I'll get you a place to rest ye's head.
Jack extends his hand for Noel to shake. Noel looks at his hand for a moment and then shakes it. Deal has been made. Jack and Noel pulled up to Jack's family home. It was decorated with beautiful lights and an inflatable Santa in the front yard, along with a life-size nativity. Jack walked carefully through the snow with Noel on his arm.
We'll sneak in through the back. I should still have some clothes in my room that you could borrow. If you're confused by language or phones or the election, just laugh and smile along, okay? Go, go, go.
Jack and Noel quickly walk up the stairs to Jack's room. Jack grabs a red sweater and a pair of jeans and hands them to Noel.
Those will have to do.
Sir, a lady would never.
I'll see you downstairs.
I pushed the button, Jason. How do I turn this off?
Hi, Mom.
Jack! Oh, don't sneak up on me like that.
Sorry, Noel is upstairs getting ready. She's so excited to meet you guys.
Noel?
My girlfriend. I must have mentioned her.
Right. For some reason I thought...
Oh, yeah, Sarah and I called it quits back in August. It's all good.
You can call, you know. You do know how that phone works.
Yeah, I know.
Noel makes her way down the stairs to see Grace, Jack's younger sister, sitting and attempting to do needlepoint.
Ow!
Though Grace would describe it as a cross-stitch.
Excuse me, would you like help?
Grace can only stare at the stranger in her home.
Oh, do pardon my manners. My name is Noel. I am...
One of Jack's pastimes.
Precisely.
And how did Jack meet you?
I've never seen Jack burst into a conversation so quickly before.
Grace! I see you've met Noel. She's something, isn't she? We met back in September when I was traveling.
Grace turns and studies him. She's suspicious of his claims.
You've never been outside of Washington.
Until September. Go help Mom get the table set.
Whatever.
Okay, let's get a few things straight. You're a high school history teacher, you came to Christmas with me and the family, then you'll head back to the UK. We started dating in late September. Oh, and avoid Grace if you can, she will be the most skeptical.
Do tell me why.
Just avoid her.
Jack, the door.
Jack! It's so wonderful to see you! And who is this?
Hello.
Aunt Carla brings Noel in for a long hug. Noel seems a bit shocked at first, but then she embraces it.
Oh, Noel is such a beautiful name. Welcome to the family, sweetheart.
The family all sit down for dinner. It is awkwardly quiet.
So, Noel, tell us about yourself.
Yes, of course. I am Noel. I am from the UK. I am a high school history teacher.
Oh, very nice. I'm sure Grace would love your help with her project then.
No, thank you.
We're in the UK. Carla and I love, as you would say, taking a holiday down there.
Charlton.
Charlton! Like where Jane Austen's from. Oh, I'm such a fan of hers.
The Austens? Yes, they're lovely. My aunt is great friends with Mrs. Austen.
Of course she means in the past tense. Her family has lived there for generations.
Yes, my great aunt knew them.
Right. Well, Marcy, this was also very delicious.
Thank you. The trick for the crispiness is to...
As Marcy described the magic of an air fryer, Noel kept her head down, deciding it may be better to avoid conversation and take more of an observer's role. Meanwhile, Grace studied Noel, curious as to who this girl really is.
So, will we see you two on Christmas Eve?
If you're at the parade, Noel will be helping me with all that downtown.
Did Noel know going into this you'd barely be around during the holidays?
I'm an event coordinator, Mom. This is the only time we even have events.
I would really like you home for Christmas Eve.
We talk about this every year.
Noel, did he hire you? Are you an escort or something?
Grace!
Noel nods and smiles as she was taught.
No, I did not hire Noel. Would you behave?
She looks like Sarah. Is that why you're dating her?
Grace? Upstairs.
I miss Sarah.
I'm so sorry, Noel. Teenagers.
Who is Sarah?
She was a friend of Grace's.
Marcy looks at Jack with a raised eyebrow. A few hours later, Jack grabs a pillow from the closet and knocks on the door to the guest room.
Hey, it's Jack. I have a pillow for you and some pajamas.
Just leave it there. I'll fetch it.
The first thing Jack noticed was her hair was no longer up and in soft curls. She looked normal.
Thank you. Could I trouble you for a moment?
Of course. What do you need?
Sarah, your failed courtship. What happened?
Nothing gets past you.
Oh, I'm afraid most things do in your world. Just not a broken heart.
It's not an exciting story. I met her online, and it was around my sister's birthday, so she came along. We were only together for a few weeks.
And where is online? Was it a party? of some sort?
No, it's an app. Here, I'll show you.
Jack took out his iPhone 15 and pulled up an unnamed dating app because we failed to get sponsorship from a dating service.
So I just swipe, and if I match with someone, then I have the option to message them.
Oh, it equates then to what I do.
Sure. Yeah, and this here is my profile, and I put photos and information about myself.
Could I take a look?
If you want to. It's kind of embarrassing.
Grace asked me if I was a whore today.
You knew what she meant?
Yes, I am not that simple.
Jack hands Noel his iPhone 16 and she sits down at the desk in the guest room and begins to scroll through his photos. She cocks her head to the side in confusion. Jack takes a seat at the end of the bed and studies Noel's expression.
What is it?
You chose peculiar portraits.
What do you mean?
You don't show your smile.
Well, I'm trying to go for more of a mysterious look.
I see. You have a great smile, Jack. And when you smile, you get these little cute lines near your eyes. It's quite charming. Not to mention you didn't care to state your salary. Women want to know that, and their fathers will too. Not a photo of you with some random tree.
Jack grabs the iPhone 17 from her hands.
First of all, that was when I worked at the tree farm. I thought it made me look rugged.
Did she hear tree farm? Could he be the farm boy she's been looking for?
So, what exactly do you do for work?
Oh, I'm training to be a matchmaker with my aunt. But I'm lousy at it. It may be why I got cursed here. She told me to help the farm boy. That could be you.
I wouldn't call myself a farm boy.
That's it. Perhaps if I successfully find you a match, I'll be able to go home.
You think so?
It's worth a try.
A fresh snow had fallen in the wee hours of the night, giving Leavenworth the extra Christmas glow. Jack and Noel chatted in the morning and decided it would be best for Noel to get some regular clothes for the few days she will be there. They walked downtown to a few local shops and picked out matching sweaters for Christmas, along with a few other Christmas staples.
This is so your color. I love it.
Isn't it divine? Mr. Jack chose it. He has such a great eye for these things.
Jack accidentally knocks over a small display of Christmas tree ornaments. The cashier looks over at him and laughs. Jack begins frantically cleaning up.
Oh, it's okay. I can take care of that.
I've got it.
Maybe it's your eyes.
Huh?
Do you have spectacles that you've forgotten?
What? No.
I believe she was rather obvious in her affection for you.
Who?
Must you be so simple-minded? The woman in the shop, of course.
Oh yeah, it really gets them going when I break everything in the store.
She didn't seem to care one bit.
Huh, that's true.
So, I think we should move forward with your coming out.
My what?
Your premiere, your coming out. Your showcase, where you're presented as looking for a wife.
That doesn't really exist anymore.
Noel stops in her tracks.
Then how are people to know of your search?
Online, remember?
Noel was growing tired of knowing nothing of this new world.
Explain it to me like I am a Victorian child.
To the best of his ability, that's what Jack did. Jack and Noel went to his mom's house. There, Noel tried on her new outfits, and Jack, sitting on the other side of the closet door, explained the vastness of the internet in the simplest way he knew how.
Then, if you're looking something up, you just type the letters instead of writing them, and it'll give you like 1 million answers in 5 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Noel walks out of the closet in a silky green top and black slacks.
Wow. You look normal.
I believe you are trying to compliment me.
Yes. Looks good.
Jack's iPhone 18 rings.
Oh, shoot. Hey, it's Jack. I know, I'm on my way. Yep, see you in 5? I'm sorry, Noel, last run through for the parade starts in 20 minutes. I'll be back tonight. You figure out my showcase or whatever in the meantime?
And so Noel took Jack's laptop and went downstairs to the kitchen. She sat at the table and stared at it. She opened the laptop and pressed on one of the keys. The screen glowed and she squinted her eyes when the prompt for a password popped up on the screen. At the same time, Grace came down the stairs.
What you doing? Snooping on my brother?
No, trying to figure out what a password is.
Try password. Then enter. I knew he was dumb. Okay, what are we looking at? Text messages? Social media profiles?
No, just the internet. I have questions.
Were you part of a cult or something? Locked up underground. Not allowed to cut your hair?
Just an old soul, I'm afraid.
Right. Just click on the Chrome icon at the bottom. In the toolbar.
The microwave beeps, startling Noel. Grace gets her nachos out and walks back upstairs. Meanwhile, Noel begins to look up social activities related to courting and dating. In the morning of the 23rd, she explains to Jack what she found.
Speed dating.
Huh?
I've talked with Jen, and she's got it sorted for us. We just need to get to City Hall by 6 p.m. It seems a much easier test for me to gauge your affections than to just watch you use the online.
Uh-huh. And it's tonight? With Jen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yay! I cannot contain my excitement, Jack. We will find you a match and I will go home.
Noel jumps up and down with giddy excitement. Jack does not.
Oh, Jack, do say you're excited. If not, at least humour me.
I'm excited, Noel.
If we find your match tomorrow night, I can leave before Christmas Eve so I don't inconvenience your family.
Sounds great.
Why do you miss Christmas Eve every year?
Well, it's complicated. It started when I got the internship working for the city, and then when my father left, it was just different. Hated seeing my mom like that. So now it's just convenient that I work the parade.
Is that why you can't find your match, Jack?
Maybe. Is it hard with your family around the holidays?
It's just my aunt and I. We get along most days.
Jack looked over at Noel with a certain melancholy in his eyes.
Let's get you home to her then.
Though Jack had his hesitations, he arrived at Town Hall right on time as Noel instructed. There he observed Noel chatting with Jen as people took their seats in the newly decorated hall. It was set up with tables like a mock Italian restaurant. He took a name tag at the front as Jen announced the event.
Speed dating will consist of 3 rounds.
Noel effortlessly caught Jack's attention. To him, she looked absolutely lovely, and for a moment he couldn't help but lose himself in the sight of her. His gaze lingered, soft and captivated, until she noticed. Embarrassed, Jack quickly glanced away, his heart thudding, not wanting to alarm her. But to his surprise, she wasn't startled at all. Instead, a gentle blush bloomed on her cheeks, her warmth mirroring the tender spark he felt in his own chest.
Begin.
Jack sat across from many women that night, all with sweet smiles and short stories. Some more awkward and others more free. One, however, did stand out to him.
Oh my goodness. You're Jack.
It's the name tag, isn't it? Gave it away.
No, you're the Jack. You were in homeroom with Jacob freshman year?
Jacob. Yes, yeah, though I'm sure other Jacks have been in classes with other Jacobs.
No, you're the first one.
If you're referring to Jacob Herring, then yes.
Yeah, he is one of my best friends. He talks about you all the time, and I can't believe I'm meeting you.
I do autographs, by the way. They're just a little expensive.
Okay, Jack, we have like 5 questions to get through in 30 seconds.
Hit me with it.
Favorite Christmas tradition?
Tree lighting.
That was way too quick.
I like Home Alone. What about you?
Driving around the neighborhoods to see all the lights. Or walking, if it isn't too snowy.
Last Christmas themed movie you watched?
The Holiday.
Home Alone 3.
What?
It's my favorite.
No, it's not.
No, it's...
Lost in New York, obviously. It's the best one.
Thank you. Everyone says the first one, it's a classic. No, Home Alone 2 is practically a heist movie.
Not sure about that one.
Ding, ding, ding. Next partner.
What? Already?
How am I supposed to explain why Home Alone 2 is the best Christmas movie of all time?
Guess you'll have to take me out on a real date.
Jack couldn't hold back his grin.
I guess so.
As the event came to an end, Hannah approached Jack and handed him a note with her number on it.
I'm actually free tomorrow night, but I know it's a big holiday and everything.
Yeah, a little.
Just shoot me a text. It was great to meet the famous Jack.
Hannah smiled at Jack and walked out of the hall. Noel noticed Jack glance in Hannah's direction as she left.
She's perfect, Jack.
You scared me.
If I declare her your match, then I go home? Or maybe it works like a courtship, so maybe once you declare your intentions, I can go home?
So I just ask her out?
I suppose, if that is the equivalent.
All right, tomorrow morning. I'll give her a call.
Will she Hear that?
Jack holds up his iPhone 19.
I know, Jack. I was humouring you.
Oh, okay, that was good. That was good.
I'm a rather quick learner.
Together, they stepped out of the town hall, the world around them blanketed in a serene hush. Tiny snowflakes drifted gently from the sky, glimmering like scattered stars, turning the night into a quiet, magical wonderland.
I think Grace is starting to like you.
Oh, I hope so. Though I think she just misses you.
What do you mean? I visit all the time.
Being around and being there are two different things.
Yeah, I know.
What will we tell them when I go back?
I'll just tell them what I always do. It didn't work out. My mom will sigh and ask what I did, and Grace will mope and say she'll never interact with one of my girlfriends again. You know, the usual.
It's all rather melancholy, isn't it? But Hannah is wonderful, and Grace will see that.
Yeah. Maybe.
As they approached the house, a classic rom-com twist unfolded. The pavement, slick with a delicate layer of ice, caused Noel to lose her footing. With a quick, steady hand, Jack caught her, pulling her close to keep her upright. For a moment, the world seemed to hold its breath. Their faces were mere inches apart, and Jack couldn't help but notice every delicate feature of Noel's face, her flushed cheeks, her wide, surprised eyes, and the way her breath formed soft clouds in the chilly air. Time seemed to pause, the closeness stirring something unspoken between them.
You alright?
Oh, yes. Quite, thank you.
Jack and Noel turned to look in the window of his family's home. Marcy and Grace are decorating the tree. Noel looks back to Jack.
Remember, Jack, showing up matters.
Slowly their hands drifted apart, neither of them realizing they had been holding on to each other all this time. The warmth of the moment lingered, even as the cool night air slipped between their fingers, leaving a quiet spark in its place. That night, as they lay in bed, sleep evaded them. Each wondered if the other felt the same. Love was blooming, but would they admit it before it was too late? Christmas Eve morning, Noel walked down the stairs with a spring in her step. Grabbing a few sweet treats from the night before, she headed out the door, determined to finally share her feelings with Jack. The only place to find him the day before Christmas was at the parade prep. But once she found him, Jack was not in the same jolly mood as she.
Jack, you seem short-tempered.
Short-tempered, that's a start. One of the wheels popped on another float, the Christmas tree isn't put up and decorated, and I haven't been working on any of my prep.
What can I do to help? I can be pretty handy with a hammer.
Oh, okay. The 12 Days of Christmas float is a mess. You can find me 12 drummers drumming, 11 pipers piping, 10 lords a-leaping, 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids a-milking, 7 sons a-swimming, 6 geese a-laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves.
And isn't there a pear tree?
Noel, we're not fucking around. You have distracted me this whole week with your Jane Austen garbage that I haven't done my job, and now this whole thing is at risk.
I'm sorry, Jack.
Please, just go. I need to continue working.
A single tear slipped down Noel's cheek as she walked away. She had no idea, but deep down, she knew Jack was right. She had become a distraction to him, unknowingly pulling him from the very project he had created to numb the pain in his heart. Once the door shut, the tears freed themselves down her cheeks.
Why are you crying?
Oh, so sorry, Grace. I didn't know you'd be home.
Who made you cry? Was it my stupid brother?
Noel could do nothing but shake her head.
It totally was. What do you do now?
No, it was me. I took him away from his job of putting together the parade this year. It's all my fault.
Grace awkwardly pats her hand on Noel's shoulder, not knowing how to comfort another person.
Don't mind him. He gets really stressed out about it. Dad used to take him to parade every year. I think it gets harder for him every time. What did he say?
He recited the entire song of 12 Days of Christmas.
It is a pretty big float.
Well, there has to be something I can do.
Did he mention anything else?
As if a light bulb went off in her head.
A Christmas tree.
What?
Jack continues to decorate one of the floats while Jen stands there with her clipboard.
Why are you freaking out? We're gonna figure it out. We always do.
It's not that. I was so horrible to Noel. I feel terrible.
Okay, then go apologize?
Wow, Jen, you're so insightful.
I'm serious. Stop being such a baby and go tell her you're sorry. And do it quickly so we can be done with this float.
Jack stood up from his project, determined to find Noel. As he made his way toward the last float in the line, he spotted her, Noel and Grace, carefully decorating a freshly cut Christmas tree on his float. For a moment, Jack was frozen, at a complete loss for words, the sight of them both filling him with a mix of awe and uncertainty, and making him feel more guilty than before.
You did it.
I'm sorry. Jack, I didn't wish to burden you.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to recite the entire 12 days of Christmas to you in all of my anger. But in all seriousness, I wish I could take back the things I said.
I forgive you.
Thank you for doing this for me. It really means a lot.
Count this as the first and last float I helped decorate.
Anyways, Noel, I also spoke with Hannah.
Oh, was there a problem? I seem to still be here.
No problem. I just didn't ask her out.
I don't understand.
Noel, I think you're wonderful. The most wonderful, in fact. My family loves you, as any family would. You are sweet and considerate, and you push me to be better. But above all of that, you are a lousy matchmaker. I'm here to state my intentions, which is to court you, Noel.
Oh? And if I accept?
I suppose you may disappear back to Hampshire.
Then, must I reject you in order to stay a day longer?
Sounds like a plan to me.
Amid the gentle fall of snow and the glow of the Christmas tree behind them, they shared a sweet, tender kiss. The world around them seemed to disappear, leaving only the warmth of the moment, their hearts intertwined in the quiet magic of the season. The next morning dawned bright and full of joy. It was finally Christmas. Wrapping papers scattered across the floor, cookies half eaten, and the soft melodies of Grace playing the piano filled the air, creating a warmth and cheer that made it feel like the best morning of the year.
Noel, this just arrived, and it's addressed to you.
Oh?
Noel unfolded the letter, her eyes scanning the familiar handwriting.
My dearest Noel, it has been my greatest challenge as a matchmaker to find a man worthy of your heart. But after much reflection, I've come to realize that the one meant for you does not live in 1813. No, my dear. Your true love resides in 2025. So I have taken it upon myself to send you to this new time where you'll find him. It may not be as expected, but I trust it will be the one your heart truly desires. With all my love, Aunt Agnes.
She closes the letter with a small smile. What a wonderful Christmas it was.
Merry Christmas! Thank you. That was so stupid. I'm so sorry. Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you so much for listening in on this very special episode of Just Some Podcast. Thank you for all the actors who have joined us tonight. Thank you, everyone. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.